This director almost passed on Bob Dylan's music. Find out which one in today's video from Evermore Sound. Hi guys, please consider watching to the very end of the video for an important message. For the greater part of the 20th century, author Louis L'Amour dominated Western literary culture, creating fantastical tales of adventure with the roaring waters of No Traveler Returns. Between the 1850s and the latter part of the 19th century, the American fascination with the Western subgenre was evident by our fixation with movie stars like John Wayne, Gary Cooper, and Clint Eastwood. Some enjoyed the escapism, and others the archetypal machismo of the all-American man. For The Atlantic, writer Michael Agresta explains, "For a century plus, we have relied on Westerns to teach us our history and reflect our current politics and our place in the world. We can ill afford to lose that mirror now, especially just because we don't like what we see staring back at us." While Agresta was condemning our fantasies with Westerns, the ideas present were why many of us fell in love with it in the first place. They resonated with our history and ideologies, whether we agreed or not, ultimately defining a generation like never before. In May of 1973, Sam Peckinpah's Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid made its way onto the silver screen, furthering our shared love for a time long gone. Peckinpah endeavored to show the West as a cultural backdrop for outlaws and justice. The film starred James Coburn, Chris Christopherson, Matt Clark, Katie Dorado, and Bob Dylan. Hi guys, consider following me on Twitter for more channel updates at Maya Soul Papers. It depicted a veteran sheriff killing his old friend Billy the Kid, who was a real-life outlaw of that time. Bob Dylan was tasked with composing the music for the film, but it wasn't an easy feat to get Peckinpah on board. At the time of the film, Peckinpah encountered many hurdles with MGM and President James Ardrey, due to time and budget constraints. However, what really gnawed at Peckinpah's mind was the noticeable absence of his normal composer Jerry Fielding. Fielding had a different style than Dylan, so Peckinpah was reluctant to put his trust in someone he felt was incapable of creating the music he felt his film deserved. The screenwriter of the film, Rudy Wurlitzer, spoke of Peckinpah's initial feelings about Dylan. He said, "When Dylan heard that a Billy the Kid film was in the works, he came to see me at my place on the Lower East Side, wanting to know if there was any way he could be a part of it. He said he was Billy the Kid in a past life. After I wrote a part for him, we flew to Durango so that he could meet Sam." According to Wurlitzer, Sam wasn't a fan of Dylan. Rather, he enjoyed the musical stylings of Roger Miller. Peckinpah's opinion would soon change once he heard Dylan's composition, however. It can't be overstated how wrong Peckinpah was about Dylan's voice and talent. Some might say Dylan brought exactly what the film needed. However, MGM Studio pressured Peckinpah to hire Dylan, and from it came our beloved song Knockin' on Heaven's Door. With the Byrds guitarist Roger McGinn on the 6th string and Jim Keltner on drums, it was one of the most irresistible melodies of the film's soundtrack. With a willingness to sing about both life and death, the song ruminates on the everlasting nature of the tug-of-war between the two. Considered to be one of his most cherished, Dylan meshes his meaningful prose with the beautiful backing vocals of Carol Hunter, Donna Weiss, and Brenda Patterson. Knockin' on Heaven's Door has spanned multiple generations and continues to leave us in admiration of his awe-inspiring talent. The song is so adored, many other artists have chosen to cover it, including Guns N' Roses, Randy Crawford, and Eric Clapton. 2008, in an interview with Author magazine, Wurlitzer recounted, "Bob wrote the film score in Mexico City." He added, "But before that, one night when we were returning to Durango from Mexico City, I forgot why we were there. He said he wanted to write something for Slim Pickens' death scene, which was due to be shot the next day. He sprawled something on the aeroplane and showed it to me line by line. And when we got off the plane, there it was." Bob Dylan is an exceptional songwriter because he knows how to craft music to fit scenes that can speak to our emotions. One of the reasons Knockin' on Heaven's Door is so profound is because of how beautiful and simplistic it is, perfectly matching the creation of the American Western with its death and ultimately its rebirth. reminding us how short life can truly be, while never missing out on an opportunity to bask in his present moments, rather than the uncertainty of the future. It's one of the reasons we all love Bob Dylan, especially his beautiful song, Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Thank you for watching and considering my channel. Please subscribe if you liked today's video. If you're moved to do so, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I'll see you soon. I understand you may not have finished the video to the end, but if you did, I'd like to thank everyone who has given me a chance. I know I'm an unconventional voice in an unlikely space. To all who come to Evermore Sound with the intention of hate or negativity, I urge each to seek out the channels I always have listed in the pinned comment of every video. To reiterate, I'm in this specific niche because I love classic rock music. I expect to garner hate because it comes with the territory. Hopefully over time, we can discuss music in the way it was intended, for enjoyment. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon. Join me in the comments for further discussion. I'll see you later. Bye.